Hey everyone, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I am back here with the Inspector who reacts. Hello, Inspector. How are you?
I am very good today. I am
Very good, right? We
ready
have a lot to be
ready to.
a lot to be
Yep.
excited about. This was
It,
a big freaking deal.
this, this was a very special finale. I'm just already gonna say this was better than season one's finale.
Oh my gosh, way better. This was better than seasons 1 and 2 combined. Season 2 was filled with like so many
Yeah.
amazing jaw-dropping moments, but this just like
Yeah.
took the cake. Um,
And even with that special ending we got, the whole episode by itself was already well made,
yeah.
like directed and such. So
Yeah.
it was a good episode, even though it was very short too. It was like shorter than last season. It was like 47 minutes, but it's like 40 minutes long, whereas last was I think like 50 minutes long.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It felt decent to me. Like
Yeah.
it felt comfortable. Um
Yeah.
oh MXC, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Oh boy. Please take
Yeah,
care
it's
of
been
yourself and relax. No worries. Frankie
I mean,
Skywalker. I wish.
no, it's Kenobi.
Oh yes, Mrs. Frankie Kenobi.
Kenobi Pelican.
Kenobi.
Frankie Pelican Kenobi.
Oh gosh. Um yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this episode, but it was just it was it was great from the very beginning. Um yeah, the they we got Bo-Katan back in this episode to help the
Yep.
Mandalorian in his quest to get Baby Yoda back. So that was cool. I
Yeah.
liked how they brought everybody together, for this very special mission, and
They, they
she,
got they got the person who has beef with Moff Gideon.
which
So
was
it's like,
smart on their
yeah.
part. She was very hesitant in the beginning.
Mhm.
Once she realized that they had the coordinates to find him, and that he has the dark saber and everything, then she was like, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, bye. I want
Yeah.
I want in I want in on this. Like, give it to me.
And as soon as she heard Boba Fett speak, she was like,
Oh yeah.
you're a clone. You're not a
I
real Mandalorian.
I've heard your voice like thousands of times. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, gosh, it's like there's so much history there again with these
Yeah.
lines.
Mm-hmm. Captain Spike, hello. How are you? Welcome. And yeah, it was kind of funny to see Boba Fett and her sidekick. I forget her name. Two of them kind of going at it and beating each other
Yeah.
up, and
There was their other Mandalorian was with them, and the last one was like the guy. He wasn't there. He was missing from
yeah, someone
the group.
I don't remember if it was you or somebody else pointed that out on Friday during the watch party. Yeah, I like forgot about him. So either
I wonder
he
what he's up to.
either he couldn't come back for the episode, or maybe it was just too many characters to
Yeah,
write. Um, Maybe he's dead. I don't know. Possibilities are
yeah.
endless. Daniel,
Um,
hey, a day early. A day early for what?
it's Sunday. It's not Saturday. I think it is Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, Daniel. You like gave me a moment there. I was like, wait a minute. What day is it? Where am I? What's going on? Um, it's been I say it's been a week, but
Yeah,
it's been a year. So it's been a
it's
year,
been
guys.
almost over.
Yeah, I think we're all ready for 2020 to be just done.
Done. Yeah.
I totally forgot
Um.
about homework. Oh, I know you did. You were absent from homework yesterday. That's right. You didn't miss anything good. It was not a good Hallmark movie. It was pretty. I honestly, I'm not even 100% sure what was going on. MXC could fill you in better than I could.
You should do you should do like Hallmark movie reviews and just see what happens. Like,
If I did Hallmark movie reviews on this channel, you would see the subscribers just slowly decline.
just like,
This ain't
oh,
Star Wars. This
it's
ain't Marvel. Get out of here.
um yeah. Again, and yeah, it's interesting. I want like because Bo-Katan and Bo-Katan and it's weird to say you heard Bo-Katan like call Boba not a Mandalorian, and
Yeah.
she, I kind of get from her perspective where it's like he's a clone,
Mm-hmm.
slash son slash foundling ish thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and his father, like Boba said, Jango fought in the Civil War, so maybe like Bo-Katan's side, the Death Watch and all that, fought against Jango's side, so there's like a Civil War beef
Yeah.
between them.
Yeah.
So
And when he referred to his father's armor, he was like, she was like, "You mean your donor?" And
yeah,
he was like,
it's like ooh,
I felt for it. Like that was kind of harsh. I mean, like I understand where she's coming from with that comment because she doesn't know their history, like their
yeah,
relationship. But at the, I felt bad for him. Like, ooh, it's like don't talk about
yeah.
his daddy like that. Like, I mean, he was a bad guy, but I mean, come on now.
It's like
um,
careful, watch your words.
oh,
Um,
Koska, is that her name? Koska. Um, yeah, the fight between them was awesome. How she used her jetpack.
jetpack.
That was like, ooh.
Yeah, like she bringing some wrestling moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was impressive.
And I like how Bo-Katan's like all right, kids, children, stop fighting. If we wouldn't have lost our planet if we had done
If we had
if
fought
we
like
had
this,
acted
yeah.
yeah
Like save that energy for the Imperials.
yeah.
What if you starred in a Hallmark movie? Oh gosh. Oh, it certainly would be fun.
Um,
She's going to be Boba Fett for the saber next year. Bank on it.
hmm,
But
that'd be
Mando has a
interesting.
saber.
That'd be interesting if Boba, like I don't know what, like that's a lot of very interesting thing for season 3, what they're gonna do with that, um, and what Boba's gonna be doing in his story,
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah, that ending was surprising.
Yeah. Um, I will say okay, so I did so they got the doctor, that doctor guy from season 1
Mm-hmm.
who
Dr.
was
Pershing.
with Baby Yoda to get his to get info on how to infiltrate Gideon's ship.
Mm-hmm.
He explains the Dark Troopers, and that they're droids. They're not suits or machine or
Yeah.
like half suits or whatever they were. Like they're a Phase 3 version of them,
Yeah, they got rid of the
and
humans.
they're basically like Terminators at this point. Have you ever
Yeah,
seen Terminator? I don't think you have. Have
I
you?
haven't seen Terminator, but they reminded me of like something from Iron Man, like an
Yeah,
Iron Man type suit.
yeah. They're yeah, not something you want to fight by yourself.
No, my God, they were scary in this episode. Like I would have been
Mhm.
terrified to face up
Yeah.
to go face to face against them.
And like I like what Kara says. Like I'm pretty sure she's probably had some experience with them. Like they're basically like just this army
Yeah.
of un like it's like the super battle droids from Attack of the Clones, but beefed up and not taken out,
Yeah.
not shot down so easily.
I just finished Terminator, all of them.
I've
Underrated in my opinion.
only seen. I know. Okay, I've certainly seen the first 2 Terminators. I've not seen the other ones officially. I think I saw a little bit of 5 or 6. I don't know. There's so many now. I'm so confused. What anymore? But yeah.
I haven't seen any of them. Doesn't seem like my type of movie, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's like an '80s action movie. They're '80s
The
action
80s were good
horror.
times. I wasn't
Yeah,
there for
'80s
that,
was
but I mean, I've heard.
yeah, neither was I, but
I mean, they had the Golden Girls. I mean, come on, that alone. Um, that guy that was holding Pershing at
right,
gunpoint,
yes,
I only knew him from Agents of Shield.
yeah. That
Oh.
beginning moment though was interesting, like where like the guy's like holding the doctor hostage and he starts like taunting Kara about
Ooh, that
Alderaan.
was so harsh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
didn't
just like, hmm.
I didn't know about the how like have like the teardrop thing meant
Oh
like the
yeah,
people like who were from Alderaan, like in memory of Alderaan, had
yeah.
had the symbol
A
there.
little, it's like the rebel symbol, but in
Yeah.
a teardrop thing. It's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
really that's interesting symbolism and then interesting of course I like it's like he's like taunting her and you just know she's gonna blast him.
And
It's
she's
like
got some aim. Like she managed to shoot him down missed the
without aiming, like technically, like she's kind of like hip shooting him.
yeah, and missed she missed the doctor. That like she's impressive. She's a force to be reckoned with. It's like you played the same character in both. You may like Aliens and Terminator. Joseph, why didn't Mando go with Luke? Oh, we're not up to that point yet.
Yeah. I will say probably because he's got other responsibilities right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna say probably it's like I think it's a little moment that I don't think like is focused on a lot because there's so much in this episode. But just basically the where they're making their like their kind of crash landing into the ship, like they're kind of like trying to basically play up that they're being chased by the slave one and Boba
Yeah.
Fett. Like there's just something. It's like it's very intense, but it's just like this really interesting scene. Like the music, especially, like builds it up to where they're like just trying to sneak in and crash and get it just right.
Mm-hmm.
While these Tie fighters and Boba Fett are shooting at them
Yeah.
and all that. The music got kind of like remind me of Dunkirk. It's kind of like what Hans Zimmer did with this kind of like escalating intensity of music as like when this airplane's about to crash into the water or something, like trying to land it just right. It gave me
Hans
that
Zimmer
kind
does
of
good
feeling.
music.
Hmm.
I like the music that he's done. Um,
Yeah.
I love I love the visuals in that scene, and really the whole time that they're on the ship. But like seeing the Tie fighters kind of like come down and get ready to like go out,
Hmm.
like just the close up of it, like to
Yeah.
see it up close like that, and to see it going out into like that narrow
Yeah.
entryway or exit of the ship, like just
Yeah.
the angles, the visuals. It was like almost made me feel like I was doing like virtual reality. It was just so
Yeah.
realistic. Um,
Yeah. It was very interesting to see that. It kind of gave me a little bit of Squadrons feel because you just get shot out of the out of some ships sometimes. It's kind of it also gave me like Battlestar Galactica because they do that a lot where they're have you ever seen
mhm.
Battlestar Galactica?
I haven't. I've heard it's good though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Um, I've only seen like the old version, the original version, but yeah, their ships will get shot out of these little tubes,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like this tunnel, like roller coaster sequence for a minute. And I always see that. And it's like, yeah, I love when something like that. This little fast shootout
Uh
into
huh.
space.
Um, the crash landing reminded me of the Old Republic trailer, the Deceive trailer. Oh, I've
Yeah,
seen them, but I don't
that
remember
was
that
the
specific
that was
ones.
the one where the Sith and the Jedi like have this big battle in the Jedi temple.
Ah.
That was like that one. That's what a really awesome trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so as soon as they crash, basically like the team just starts wiping out stormtroopers
Mm-hmm.
like all over the place.
Yeah, they're just like taking them out left and right. And once again, we see just how terrible like the stormtrooper armor is. I mean,
Yeah,
it just does nothing.
yeah.
They're incredibly vulnerable. I don't know. One of
Like
these
it's
days,
just,
they gotta upgrade that shit.
I mean, they do upgrade it, and the First Order's still terrible. Still terrible.
It's not any better. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So they finally break in and um. The whole while Mando goes off to try and find Baby Yoda, while the rest of them is just just taking out as many stormtroopers as they can. And
Yeah,
we see the incredible fighting skills of Cara Dune and Fennec, and
yeah.
they're just taking everybody out left and right, and
Just
um,
knocking everybody out. And the two Mandalorians, Bo-Katan and what's her name? I keep forgetting.
Cossack.
It's like yeah,
Who's Cossack?
Koska Reeves. Yeah,
Cossack. Oh, okay.
yeah. They're also it was like again, it's one of those things where it's like a little tiny detail, but it's like I didn't when um, I think it was the last episode, the last one with Bo-Katan in them, where they were fighting, um, and I like their blasters. I don't think sounded like. the blasters from Clone Wars, even though it's like the same blaster.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think they got the sound effects. The one I think it's like the Django blaster sound effect. So it's just like this one little detail. Where it's just like, okay, there's some. It's one of those little details that I noticed, and I was like, ooh,
Wow, I
okay,
did not
finally.
pick up on that. But
Mhm. Yeah,
um, all right, let's see what else. So, so Mando comes into contact with the dark troopers.
yeah.
Um,
He finds their room just as they're waking up.
yeah, and so he quickly goes to like lock the door, um,
Yeah,
to close the doors, and then one of them beats him
one of
to
them
it, and
just
just
gets through.
it's like holy crap, right,
Yeah,
right, Madigan, holy crap. And so the rest of them get locked in, so he's just kind of left with this one, and it is
yeah,
just beating the crap out of him. I
yeah.
mean, it's
And
got him like pushed up against the wall and just like repeatedly
yeah,
just
starts he's
punching his
punched
face.
into the wall.
That was just so painful to watch. I was
Yeah,
cringing when I was watching that.
yeah.
Right?
I was just thinking like, sure, okay, sure, you got armor, but you're still squishy underneath that armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
Um,
it could honestly just do whatever it wants to you.
yeah.
Like the armor ain't gonna protect much there.
And this thing was like virtually indestructible. And he was trying everything, like he, doing his flamethrower thing, and
Yeah,
that kind of stopped in his
flamethrower,
tracks for
the
like a second. He did the
whistling birds, little
whistling
missile
birds,
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of stunned it, but they're just it wasn't stopping it until he got a lucky shot with the spear finally.
yeah, and then
I
he
know.
took out the best scar,
Just
um, just yeah, right through the neck, and
yeah,
um,
and meanwhile the others are breaking through the door
hmm
with their powerful fists.
and then so finally he was able to open up the doors to, I forget what they're called, the doors to the outside.
Airlock,
Airlock, there you go.
blast doors.
Yeah, open up the airlock and they went flying out.
They get shot out.
And
Yeah,
you think, oh well, okay, they're gone. When they're gone for now, but
yeah.
not for
You know,
good.
my immediate reaction was, they have jetpacks, right? Well, oh no, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like those are coming back. Those aren't stuck
Yeah.
out there forever.
Um, and then finally after that he finds Moff Gideon with
Mhm.
with Baby
It's
Yoda,
like,
and as soon as like Mando like breaks into the cell,
yeah,
you know,
Grogu,
he's like, look at what he did
like, it's like, Daddy,
to
Daddy,
me.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
oh my gosh, it was so cute.
Yeah,
Oh man, it was just like so pathetic.
yeah,
And Moff Gideon's got the holding the dark saber over him, and
yeah. You
he's
start like kind of talking to Mando, explain like they have a conversation here. Like Mando's goal is just Baby Yoda. He doesn't care about the ship or anything like that. Like if he gets Grogu out of here, that's all that he
yeah, he's
cares
like, you
about.
can
Like,
keep the saber. He's like, I don't care about it. That's
mm,
Bo's thing. I just want the kid.
yeah,
And he's like,
and
fine, go ahead, take the kid.
yeah, and and I'll admit I kind of was like, is this really happening? Is Gideon like, okay, sure, yeah, you know what, fine, you can leave. I got all I need. I don't need.
I thought for a second too, like he seemed very genuine. Like I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be the end of the movie. Like I figured they were okay. They would run into something else, but I thought, okay, maybe it's going to be as simple as that. Like this, literally, he got what he wanted. He doesn't care about
Mhm.
anything else. And then, but he goes over to take the
Yeah.
kid, and then Moff Gideon attacks him.
Yeah, honestly, Gideon's now become already one of my favorite kind of villain characters
He's a
of
really
this.
good villain. I I
And
gotta
the
say.
actor too. He's really passionate about his character too, and I
Yeah,
love
you can
that.
tell he's into it and he's passionate about it, and he scares the shit out of me.
There was I read I don't know where it was, but I read somewhere it was like his he was talking about his character and such, and he was talking about how his family reacted, and like
Mhm.
he's got like a bunch of he's got like I think like four daughters or something. Or,
Uh-huh.
he's got four kids, and his daughters basically like they would text him and say, it's like, don't hurt the baby, daddy. and 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 he replies, I will crush that small little green thing. He's like, he's actually like, now he's like, I will destroy him. He's like, it's like I'm not gonna be nice. I'm gonna play this character.
That is hilarious. Yeah, they just have they have a really good cast.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah. So Mando and Gideon have a small fight.
they do, and I was excited to finally see it because we knew it was coming. Like we knew Moff Gideon had the dark saber, and as soon as Mando got the Beskar
Spear out. Yeah, he's like
yeah.
ready to go.
Well, like when he got a couple episodes back, it was like, okay, we know what's coming.
Yeah,
Lightsabers can't cut through that. So at some point, he's gonna have to go up against Moff Gideon using that.
he now has a weapon to fight Gideon
Yeah.
with, basically.
So they finally go head to head, and
Mhm.
at least in my opinion, you can tell Moff Gideon's not the most trained with it. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
anything fancy. It was just
yeah, he's kind of
yeah,
flailing a bit with it. I mean, he's got some skill, but he's not like
not a Jedi or
it's
Sith
probably
or
like using a lightsaber is very different than using other weapons.
yeah.
So, it was interesting to see how this fight went. I mean, like it was. I don't want to say it wasn't like choreographed isn't the right word. It's more like it was much more raw. It was much
Yeah.
more like unchoreographed. It
But I
felt a
liked
little,
it. It
yeah,
fit. It was
yeah,
because again he's not a Sith, so it's not
yeah.
like he's going to be doing all these fancy things. And
Mhm.
Mando, while has excellent fighting skills, he's not going to be
Yeah.
doing
He's
jumps and somersaults in the air and
yeah,
right Madigan. I know
yeah. Mannequin's like, oh.
it's okay.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was honestly like I don't know why, but I expected it to go a little bit longer, but I think it
Yeah,
was just the right amount of
yeah,
time. And I was actually kind of shocked that Mando won in a weird way. I thought like he disarmed Gideon and got him.
yeah. It was a little too easy. Um,
Mm,
you know, but
yeah, but as I did like what happened next, and as kind of was foreshadowed with Bo earlier, where she wanted Gideon. She wanted Gideon for herself,
she
and
made that very clear, like from the ship before
yeah,
they got on when they were in there when they were on in their ship
yeah,
before they got on. She was like, Moff Gideon is mine. Like, she made that very clear. Um, and so, okay. So while this is going on with Moff Gideon and Mando, like the rest of the crew, they took over the bridge. So they're
hmm
waiting. They see that Moff Gideon's not there and they're waiting. And I don't understand. Bo-Katan knew what it meant to get the dark saber. It was so
yeah.
important to her. She saw he wasn't there. She knew he had it. Why didn't she go looking for him? I
I
didn't
feel like
get
she
that.
wanted to make sure that the ship was secured first,
But
and
like they already, they got all the stormtroopers, or at least most of them, as far as they knew. There was nobody else there. They had plenty of people to protect the bridge. She could have just gone looking for him. I don't really. That's
yeah,
to me that didn't make any sense.
I don't know, but I don't know. That is an interesting thing, but I don't know.
It didn't strike me the first time I watched it, but when I watched it again, knowing that what this meant to get the dark saber, she's just standing there and waiting. Like,
Yeah.
don't complain about it if you're not going to fight for it.
Well, yeah, it was interesting though. I did like what they when they came back to it. Like when it looks like Mando shows up with the dark saber in his hand.
Yeah,
So and as Gideon states, he did defeat him in battle with it, and he now owns it. It is now his.
yeah,
He has rightfully taken the saber as his. Um, and I did like how Mando's just like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it, sort of thing. It's
there you
just
go.
like, no, you can't give it up that way. It doesn't work that way. It's not
Yeah,
gonna work. And I mean, when I did my reaction when I was watching it for the first time, my immediate reaction was just like, Bo, just take it. You've taken it before. It was that easy. Don't
yeah,
like they don't need to fight over it. Um, of course, and now I do understand there are some reasons where Bo's pride is kind of getting in the way of this, where she's like, and she's like, she lost the dark saber, so she has to kind of earn it back,
yeah,
but she unfortunately didn't earn it back.
yeah.
As far as it works.
When that scene happened, I started thinking, oh wow, like so now she and Mando are gonna fight, like And
Yeah.
I was starting to think, oh my gosh, is Bo gonna die now? Like, is he gonna like beat her? Or, um, obviously that didn't end up happening. But like, it has me wondering going forward, like next
Yeah.
season, if at some point, if it's gonna be like a gradual buildup of them becoming enemies,
Will
and
she
then
challenge them or something at some
yeah, and then
point?
kind of being in a place where like, yeah, I'm ready to take you on. Let's fight. Um,
It it is funny how it's like like here's Mando who's like all about tradition and all about this stuff, and now here he is like, and Bo's like more like laid back like Mandalorian. Like
yeah,
Bo is like a laid back Mandalorian compared to like Din, who is more of a cult Mandalorian.
yeah,
And now it's kind of flipped where she's now like got this tradition and this honor and all this stuff. And Mando's just like, "Ow, just take it, just
yeah.
take it. Come on, don't like,
Here.
forget tradition, just take it." It's like I don't want this.
Yeah.
So it's
Um,
this interesting little flip here.
mhm. She needs her
Um,
honor. Can't have everything handed to you, literally.
yeah,
Probably
and
how she feels. Yeah.
it's it's so weird again to say this. Bo has kind of lost a lot. Like she's just not really
Yeah.
had many wins in her life, has she?
Yeah.
Like the whole like going all the way back to Clone Wars, like she's lost family, she's lost her planet, she's lost her leader, she's kind
Yeah.
of and then Rebels, she's kind of just lost more and more, and now
Yeah.
here she's just lost her chance.
Mhm.
It's sort of this weird, sad. It's kind of this sad tragedy with this character.
Yeah. She's certainly been through quite a bit. Man, I don't even know what the dark saber was. How important is that tradition? I kind of think it's interesting too that he wasn't familiar with dark saber.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean he's Mando's kind of got this. I feel like Mando just grew up in this very isolated cult part of thing that's like just
maybe.
you know, didn't. Which again, I feel it's really interesting if we ever. I actually want to see if we ever run into, like, I hope in season 3 we get to see his cult again, or maybe the armor or something like
Yeah.
that, and see if he'll, because he's being a little more loose with his ways now. He can be, if he'll challenge them
Yeah.
on like their ideals, what they teach, how they believe, and all their sort of stuff. I hope to see that.
Mhm. Yeah. Hashtag fire floating. Those are swear words in this stream. Somebody ban this guy.
Yeah, need to delete that.
Moff Gideon knew he was going to lose, so he planned it out so Mando and Bo-Katan would have to fight it out for the dark saber. So he would win if he lost his life. Hmm.
Nerdy, you need to put that in the banned words that would like you can't say.
Fire Filoni. I'm telling Google on you. We need to get Google back in here to mod this stream.
um, but yeah, I did. It was one of those things where it's like somebody needs to put Gideon out because he keeps taunting this. He's like egging it on. It's just like get Gideon out of here. Somebody gag him or something. Like just put it. And yeah, it was just. But I did again. It's like I love how villainous he is in the situation. It's like go on, you two fight, go ahead, go ahead. He's like trying to nag him about.
Google won't tell me what to do, but it'll try. All right, so um,
Then the Dark Troopers come back.
then the Dark Troopers show up. They see that someone's trying to board the ship, and Bo's like, "Okay, how many life forms?" And Fennec's like, "0."
Nope, none.
It's the Dark Troopers. So they start to board, reboard once
With
again.
their dubstep music.
Oh my gosh, yes. um, and then they line up right outside the door, and they just start,
Yep,
and you see
start
the
just
metal
punching.
just slowly starting to just give, and it's like,
That was a very like I was kind of like, how are they gonna get through this? Like you got like this blast door. How do you get through this blast door? And it's like, okay, they're gonna punch it.
yeah,
Okay, they're gonna keep punching it. And just seeing the door slowly bend down. It's just like, oh, this is not what I expected. But this is really interesting how they're breaking in.
yeah. Um, I thought it was interesting. Okay, so they're all armed. They got their helmets on, and their guns are ready. But Mando doesn't grab the dark saber as a weapon. I felt like
I guess because he's not used to having something like this, so he's
I
not.
know, but it's like that's going to be a better weapon than your blaster. Like the blasters don't really do anything, so
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
always felt the same thing. Like just get near the door and start chopping them as they walk through. Just like cut it like bread. Make bread.
Um, she's been very needy all day today. I don't know what's going on. What do you want from me?
Madigan,
Um,
Madigan.
so
He's a
then
pup.
all of a sudden you see so all of a sudden you see this X-wing show up. You
Yeah.
see, and my reaction is like so it's so funny. So like, at that point I forgot about a Jedi is allegedly going to find them.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I saw the X-wing, I immediately thought of Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
And
that was my reaction too. My reaction was like an X-wing. Okay, the New Republic's here, but my confusion was, why is the New Republic here? How did the like aren't they?
how did they find
Did
out about
they
this? And what the hell are they going to do?
like? Yeah, so that was my reaction. But it was like they like try and contact this thing like who are you or something like that. And they don't get a response, which again confused me. But then we see the X-wing just land, and I'm like, why would an X-wing land? Why would somebody land on this ship? How could? Oh, I know who this is. Like I immediately lost it at that point.
I wasn't convinced until his hood was up. Like,
Mhm.
no,
Yeah,
and a few seconds before his hood was up, I was still like, I wasn't gonna believe it until I saw it. So like at first you see a hooded figure on the surveillance camera, and
yeah,
immediately from behind it reminded me of Ahsoka, and I was like, oh, Ahsoka's
yeah,
back. But then you see the green lightsaber, and I was like, wait a minute, Luke's got a green lightsaber,
yeah,
and you see, okay, he's all dressed in black. You see a black glove, and I'm like, is it? Is it
yeah,
Luke? Could it be? And
yeah,
then when he finally approaches, and first of all, while this is going on, Baby Yoda like consents him, and he's like
mhm.
reaching out through the
He-
camera. He's
He's
looking
like
at Mando,
he's
like
like
this is my
this is
spirit
the
animal.
way. This
Yes,
is the way.
stay right there. um, and then finally he's right outside the door. Mando's like, open the door. Nobody wants to. He opens it, and then as soon the hood is still down when he walks in, but you see the black glove and you see the hand without a glove, and then it's like, oh my gosh! And then he lifts it. It's like,
Yeah,
and it was just like, I didn't think I was gonna get as excited and emotional as I did because, Luke was like one of the first names that everybody threw out there of being the Jedi.
yeah.
So the fact that we talked about it for so many weeks, um, I was like,
It
I'm not
felt like
gonna
it
be
was
surprised.
obvious, but we
Yeah.
didn't expect it. It felt so surprising in a strange way.
Yeah, it's like I just being the fact that we knew it was a possibility and that we talked about it, I was like, well, if it is him, like it'll be cool, but like I don't think I'll get too excited about it. Um, but then
I
I
think
was
the
kind of
thing was,
surprised it actually was him, and then it was like, oh my god, this is just so good. It was so
I
beautiful.
think the thing was like we were expecting a small cameo. We weren't expecting an action sequence. That was
That
the
too,
thing.
yeah.
That was what I think we were all not prepared for. It's just
The the way they did his entrance, how he saved them, how you didn't see him right away. There was just like this very brief but powerful build up to
yeah,
his reveal, and he didn't
yeah,
say many things. He only said a few words. He didn't, and I don't know if Daniel's still in here. He talked about this. Um, he didn't say who he was, and nobody asked who he was, which was weird.
yeah.
It was weird that he didn't say his name and nobody asked him who he was. Um, here he is just going to take this child away. Um,
So in terms of like, I feel like Mando's news. Like, okay, Grogu and you know each other. You've been in contact.
yeah,
You trust him. So it was one of those things.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like maybe the Mando Kara would know. They're rebellion and Mandalorians. They should have heard. I mean, Gideon knew who that was, which is like uh what as some people say, is like this is basically what the rebellion feels when they hear about Darth Vader. It's the opposite. It's the Empire's hearing of the legend of this character showing
true,
up to their door. It's just like
true.
that's why Gideon was like, oh no, I know who this is, and there I'm like there's
Yeah,
nothing I can do. That's why he tried. That's why he tried to kill Grogu because it's like, okay, I can't let you go with this person.
True. Yeah. Um,
It was yeah, and yeah, it was just the one thing. It was one, like I said, it was like I knew from the X-wing who it was, but the thing that confirmed me was actually seeing the like not the gloved hand, but the lightsaber handle. Like I know that lightsaber handle, so it
oh,
was just like that.
I'm not good
That
with
was what,
handles. Yeah.
yeah, that's what confirmed it for me was, and I was just I again like I didn't like I did my reaction. That's the second time I recorded myself ugly crying. It's just like
Oh.
absolutely like I was gone. I was absolutely like that's why I said I had a headache. That's how much I cried
Oh my gosh.
on
Oh.
Spider. And I watched like I gosh I don't know 5 hours. I was crying, just had tears coming out for 5 hours and like it hurt so much. Just like but it was so I don't know. It was just something I've not had that kind of feeling in a long time.
Mm.
Just,
It
it broke me.
yeah, it was just the way they did it um it was just beautiful. Like that's just the word I keep using. It was just so it was a beautiful scene. It was beautifully done. It was just powerful. Um
And then R2, R2 shows up, makes a small cameo. I don't know. Again, it's just like we know R2, but
yeah,
did you
and
see the amazing de-aging effects on R2D2?
he looks great for his age. um so when I watched that scene between R2D2 and
Grogu.
Grogu, I was like, oh, what a cute little scene. Like, and here
Yeah,
I was initially thinking that like R2 was so excited because it's like, oh, he looks like
yeah.
Yoda, like, oh, and he's
I
so
was,
cute, like, oh,
I was
but
thinking
then
the same thing. It's like I know one of you. I've seen you before. You beat me with a stick.
when I was on Twitch, someone made a point, which I didn't think about, that Grogu may have known R2 from the temple.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was
that's
like,
what I was.
oh,
I,
that could be why he was so excited. Like I forget Grogu's age sometimes, and
yeah,
you
that's
know,
that's one of the. That's what I did. I made a joke where it's like when Luke's temple gets destroyed, Grogu's like, "Ah, not again," and he starts like crawling into whatever like hiding spot he can find. It's just like, I gotta do this again.
oh man.
But yeah, it's
Oh,
like
Jesse, that
it
is
is.
funny. That would have been funny. It would have been funny if he walked in and said, "I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you." Aren't you a
It's,
short for
this
a
episode
Jedi?
is
That
one of
would
those
have been funny.
interesting. Like this episode, it's called the rescue, but it's like the reality is probably we got rescued.
Yeah, yeah. They rescued Star Wars. I say with this.
Yeah. Gosh, like I've like all the reactions I've seen, I've not seen so many adults cry so much before. It's like, but it just felt right. It was like if this was a movie theater, I don't think anybody would be dry-eyed at all.
Yeah, and not only Luke coming back and all that, but when Mando says goodbye to Grogu,
Oh, that! Oh my
when
god,
he took
that
off his helmet.
like I was already broken from before that.
Mm-hmm.
That just broke me even more. Like it's just I didn't like we talked about this. Like, is he gonna like part ways? And it's like he is. We
Yeah,
just weren't ready for it.
Mando was devastated. I mean, well, okay. I mean, first of all, when he's holding him and he takes off his helmet to say goodbye, and
Mhm.
Grogu looks up at him and he touches his face, and Mando kind of
Yeah,
closes his eyes for a minute and then looks at him. It was just
yeah,
so good acting because this
yeah,
guy's doing this with a puppet. Okay, this is
yeah.
just
No,
impressive.
like I mean, I don't know if I was there acting with it, I'd definitely be losing it too, even if it's still like I believe that's really
You forget that he's not real sometimes.
yeah.
And he's like, I promise. Well, this isn't the end. We'll see each other again soon. And then he
He
puts him
he
down
he
and he's
didn't
holding on.
give.
So go ahead.
He's like just
Yeah, he's holding on to his
and
leg, like Daddy, I
he
don't want to go.
he did. What I did notice this later though, but it was like he didn't give him his little ball thing back. So it's like I still got that
I
left.
thought about that. Well, what's going to happen is next season, at some point, Mando's going to find it in his pocket, and he's going to have a moment, and
He's
he's
just
going
like
to,
and then when they I'm gonna bet at some point they reunite. At
Yeah.
some point they're gonna reunite, and they're going to he's gonna give that back to him or something.
Yeah.
I find it funny. I would actually be crazy if he he's already like he has his own little saber. He's got his own. He's like all ready to go, and he's already apprentice and all that stuff. Because he's half trained already.
He
He's
is.
got like
He is half trained, I guess you could say. Hello, Steve. How are you? Um, but I'm just so curious how, like, what's gonna happen because okay, so like, if this was one of the things we were talking about on Friday, like, is Grogu gone for good? Is he gonna come back? And like, I guess it makes the most sense that he's gonna come back because,
yeah.
Disney makes too much money off of him for one thing, and
Yeah.
um, in my opinion, I feel like you just can't have the show without him. So maybe they'll like something's gonna happen. I don't know what, but maybe like at the finale next season or towards the finale they'll
Yeah.
reunite. Maybe he can't be
I
trained.
yeah. I get this personally. I get this feeling that Grogu will be like maybe who knows like maybe in a future era like past Rise of Skywalker or anything like that like 100 years from now Grogu's gonna have his own kind of trilogy story of adventures and
That'd be
him and some
cool.
other characters. So he's like the new hero. He's gonna be the new era hero of sorts, like
I like
the
that. They could
future
get comics.
basically.
Yeah, comics with Grogu would be cool. Grogu drops out of the Jedi Academy. Starts hanging
That would,
out at the Tashi station, in between class when he's supposed to be at class, and
some people like just say like that was the kind of discussion. It's like, well, wait, what happens to Grogu? It's like they can't do that to him, can they? It's like in the future with, and it's like, okay, he could just train for like 20 years and then leave, and he could go find Mando or something like that. And it's like that could happen, but
but then he wouldn't be
there's
part of the show. And two, if he stays with Luke, then he's gonna die, because
yeah,
more than likely because Ben
what
Solo
happened?
goes cuckoo. Grogu looks like he would
So
dance on the cantina counter.
I kind of I guess some people have basically said this is kind of maybe some get out of jail card where they can write out Grogu's escape or whatever his way or something
But they
like this.
can't. Like they just can't. I feel like they just can't have this show without him.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's not. I can understand for part of the show, but not all of it.
yeah. Again, it's like I feel like this is it is weird. It is going to be interesting. Like I know I even mentions like that this is what I think is going to happen. He's going to be parted at the end of this season, and it's like, but I really have no idea what to expect from the next season, except from obviously like Bo-Katan and the dark saber and all that sort of stuff. That's what's going to play a big part in
Yeah,
what's going to happen with Mando.
yeah. But
Oh.
this was a definite. It's funny. This was a different kind of cliffhanger. Like,
Mhm.
um, there was
Like
resolution to
on
the
a high
story.
note, but we don't know where that note's going to go.
Exactly. Like there was resolution to the story, but we're kind of left without a big piece of our show, and we're left wondering, okay, well, what's going to happen um, with him and
Yeah,
with you know Mando and Bo and the dark saber, and are they going to
and
try to retake Mandalore, or you know? Um,
and after all that, we got a surprise announcement. We've got another show on the way, of sorts.
I have to tell you, I thought this was so funny. So early in the morning, I was getting messages. Everybody was telling me, um, make sure you watch the post credits because there's like a huge scene. It's mind blowing. Blah 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 blah. And it's funny. I start thinking about, okay, well maybe they're going to surprise us with like another character, somebody from the original series or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
Another surprise cameo. And I was like, I wonder, wouldn't it be really funny if Jabba the Hutt survived? And like, yeah.
I
And like,
know.
so like maybe like, well, it'll end with us going back there and seeing him. So I was close, okay? I was
You,
close. I was way
no,
off, but I was a little close.
I would actually. Okay, I will say this. I'm shocked the character that was there did survive. I thought he was on that thing, and when it was over.
Somehow he escaped.
And in 5 years, gained a few.
Yes. He's a little he's filled out a little bit, you know, he's let himself go a
Little,
little bit, but that's all right. Um
he's now I'm kind of like wondering. It's like, okay, I feel like now that Boba's on the place, like, is ever so that's some what if Boba like gets large or something like is everybody like destined to get fat on that throne or something like this? Like the
maybe.
throne of the throne of the big.
But yeah, we see Fennec first, and she takes everybody out. Um,
Hmm.
except
Freeze the Twi'lek.
she lets the Twi'lek go, which I was glad. And then Boba comes down, sits in his throne. Oh, after
Yep.
he takes out, you know what?
Yeah.
What's his face?
He
Um,
basically Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna, and then takes his seat on the throne and
Yep. They're like,
chill.
okay, this is ours now.
And then we see.
um, what's okay? So I think I heard that the actor that played Bib is Matthew Wood, who I think voiced Bib in the Clone Wars
Oh.
show, and basically was the voice of Grievous and the droids and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that. Oh, cool.
yeah, so that was kind of interesting to see him act, and kind of a bittersweet but and more unfortunate is sad news is the original Boba Fett actor has passed away around this announcement time too. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know if ironic is the right word, but like just the timing
yeah,
of it, it was just crazy. You know, here we see like we get this character back. I mean, realize it's a
mm,
different actor now, but like, and at the same time, the
yeah,
original actor dies. So, very
yeah.
very sad, and we're sorry to hear about
We like we just
that news.
yeah we just lost like David Prowse like a couple months ago, like a month ago or something like that
Yeah,
too. So it's like we're losing some people.
I know it's
But,
sad,
yeah, but it's, yeah, it's
but yeah, and so we're
a little
promised a show
bittersweet.
December
But
2021. Um,
yeah,
and
I'm excited for this show and the character to see what they do with him. I For a minute I was confused. Is this going to be is Boba Fett gonna take over Mandalorian show? Like is the season 3 gonna be him?
no, they
His
confirmed that it's
Mandalorian
not.
story? Yeah. Yeah, that's what so it is two different shows. But the
Yeah.
thing is like, okay. So it's like the book of Boba Fett basically I was thinking like, for a second I was like, okay, Mando's chapters are done and now it's Boba's book of chapters. Was what for a second. So I
Yeah.
guess it's like a separate story now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're gonna parallel each other.
Yeah, I had heard that rumor going around, and I was like, no, like, come on now. I don't want to lose Mando. Come on.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, seriously. I mean, as much as all the cool cameos and cool characters that we've gotten this season, Mando and Grogu have been really great by themselves. That I just don't want to see them sidelined.
Yeah,
They're perfect, honestly.
yeah. I agree.
They're a fine addition to this collection.
Mhm. Um. Yes, Daniel. Inspector just shared that with us. I didn't know that. Boba is four
Yeah.
episodes limited. Then Mando premieres the next week. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that yet.
Okay, so
I think that is what they call
so it's gonna basically be kind of a small lead into Mando. That'll be interesting.
it. Okay, cool.
So it's a short one. Okay, yeah. That's one of those things I was worried about. Is like, are they gonna Are they gonna like air at the same time? Am I gonna have to watch like two shows at the same like
Yeah, like a
on the
double watch
same week?
party. Um.
I do fear though eventually like what Rangers of the Republic and Ahsoka like those shows are on the way. Um, like I'm kind of like worried. Am I gonna have to? Are these shows gonna appear in the same time, or am I gonna have months in between them, or
I
it's like
feel
one of
like
those things I'm worried about.
I could be wrong. I mean, I
Not
feel
not to
like
say about Star Wars fatigue, but it's just one of those things where it's like I need time. I need a little bit of time.
they won't have. I could be wrong, but I would imagine they're not going to have them at the exact same time. But maybe it's like first this show, then this show, then this show. I mean, maybe having Marvel and Star Wars at the same time, but I feel like they're not going to do two Star Wars at
Yeah,
the same time. But maybe
yeah,
Marvel and Star
and
Wars.
they need, and again, it like they need in a way to keep people subscribed to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They're like to air these shows one after the other. It's like, all right, you're done with this show. Here's the next show. It's
On
like,
to the
oh, I gotta
next.
stay on, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
It's a smart move. It's a smart move. Honestly, I'll give them that.
Yeah. We're going to be very busy. Lots of stuff to watch.
And again, it's like I've talked about like this before, but it's like I am kind of glad that these are not all at once, like Netflix does, where they release a whole season or something like that, because it
Yeah,
gives us time to absorb the show.
right.
Like we don't have to binge it all or see it all before everyone starts talking about it. And then honestly, once you do all that, everybody stops talking about it sooner. Whereas this, it takes time, it builds, and it
Yeah,
people are talking about it longer. So
I like that too because I feel like because then too it's like you would have pressure to watch it all in one sitting because you know people are gonna put spoilers out the next day, you know.
yeah,
Um, so it's
like
good for that too.
yeah, and they did say they're planning. They have the plan for season three already written as they were writing season two. So I'm curious to see what season three is going to be about with Mandalorian.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
And again, I am like curious how long Mandalorian could go. Now that this chapter is done and this era is done with it, what is the next part of it? Like, what is the next story that they're going to focus on? Is it going to be the Thrawn story and the Mandalore story?
I feel like Thrawn is gonna be maybe the like on Ahsoka. Like maybe that's gonna be the whole plot to Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Um, I could see them focusing maybe on Mandalore next season.
yeah. I and speaking of Mandalore, Boba does mention they glassed that planet, which makes me wonder. Okay, which is a very kind of like I've heard that before. It's like a very bad, like the planet's almost uninhabitable, sort of
Yeah, I've
thing. So
never
it's
heard that
like
term before, so I was like, what does that mean? Like, it's
basically like
delicate?
the
Is
planet's
it?
just been like it's Death Starred without annihilating the planet,
mm,
kind of situation.
interesting. It would be kind of cool to see it, um,
Yeah,
live action.
it's I gotta say the way they're filming these ships, um, in Atmo, like when they're landing, so it just feels like I'm actually like watching a real ship like fly in and
Yeah.
land. It's just like they've gotten so good with the CG on these things now.
hmm
Yeah, blast basically kind of means
They nuked it. Okay.
something, yeah, nuked ish. So yeah, I wonder how much of Mandalore, the original Mandalore planet, is left, if it's entirely ruined
Yeah.
or it's partially. But yeah,
Well, hopefully we'll see it next season. I feel like that would be a good
yeah.
direction for them to go in.
And again, yeah, I really am curious, like about the what is like Din. He just is he. Will he take up the mantle? Like, will he be like, yeah, I could be the leader? Is like, or is he gonna be, laid back, or is he gonna? There's just so much.
Yeah. I don't see him wanting that role, but you never know.
Huh. Yeah, and are now okay. So what Obi-Wan is like 2022, right? The Kenobi show.
Yeah,
That's like
I
okay.
believe.
So we don't have to worry about that. Is well, like, what do we have for 2021 besides Mandalore? Is Bad Batch next year?
Bad Batch is yes, 2021.
Okay.
The rest of it, I'm not
Um,
sure. I don't know if they confirm that.
okay. So yeah, I was like, I'm curious, like, what else is going to be on our future list?
Yeah,
Besides the Marvel side of things, which we've got WandaVision
yeah,
next month.
yeah. Oh my God, are you okay?
That's just your thing, isn't it?
It's not my thing, Inspector. It's her thing. Okay, I'm just mocking it. Although she from what we see from the trailer, she doesn't seem as whiny and dramatic.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm I
so
am. I'll be yeah. Now that I don't have the shows to react to for a while, now I can finally react to those trailers. So I'll be doing that over the break.
yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
upload those on my other channel. It's my thing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Kanoe 2020 never lies. Okay,
Not
lies.
2020, 2022. 2 more years.
I
We
can't
got
wait.
gosh.
What a time to be a Star Wars fan.
and just I I'm actually like again I'm slightly uh jealous of future kids that are gonna grow up with like Star Wars is all done for them. They don't have to wait years for this. They can just watch it all.
But see, but I feel so lucky that to have grown up the way we did, you know?
Yeah,
Because it's like, because it was like every time it was like, this is all you're gonna have, and then it's like, no, we're gonna add more. Then it's
yeah,
like, this is all you have, and then it's like, no, we're gonna add more. And then it's like, it was always like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
so excited when we got the prequels because I grew up with the original trilogy, and then we got the prequels. I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting the
Mm,
prequels, we're getting more, and then
yeah.
we thought that was it. And then
We got Clone Wars.
well, I came late to Clone Wars. I only started
Yeah,
Clone Wars a few years ago.
yeah, that's right. It was the movies that got you to go to watch Clone Wars,
Right,
the
it was
new
right
ones.
before the sequel trilogy. But I don't know about you guys. I know everybody had different reaction when I found out that Disney was like purchased Star Wars. I was like, oh my gosh, like Disney's huge. I mean, they like look at everything that they've done. Like we're in
Yeah.
good hands. What little did I know.
Now I feel like we're getting the benefits of this. Now I feel like we're getting, and honestly, based off just this episode alone, gave me like more hope for what,
Yeah,
and basically what they've announced, like all the new shows and all the new things. I feel like it's like more like I'm saying they've got the right people this time. Like
yeah,
they've
like
got
that's how I
people
feel.
who,
Like I feel like now, okay, now we're back on track. Now Star Wars is in better hands, and um,
yeah, I no longer feel like we're plateauing anymore. I feel like we're
yeah,
starting to incline. Like,
yeah.
yeah, incline.
Um, like listen, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they've proven themselves time and time again.
And,
They've like just
and
leave everything
now
to them, okay?
and now we're and yeah, we got the Marvel people, so of course we get after credit scenes.
Yes. Like this is such a Marvel thing. I'm starting to feel better, by the way. I need another nap. I'm glad you're starting to feel better, and please nap because naps help.
Yeah, we we're pretty much at the end of this. Like
Yeah.
it's like all we got is yeah, it was a good Mandalorian episode, good finale, and yeah, it was just good. And now we have to wait for more.
I know we have a lot of stuff to look forward to. Better hands. Hashtag Fire Filoni. See how I beat Google. I'm gonna put that in
Nerdy
there
will
as a
take
swear word.
every and report it to Google for you.
Wait, let's see. Um, I was gonna see if I could delete your message. I can't delete your message. Oh, remove.
Rogue Squadron, right?
Done. I almost.
All right.
Apparently, I can put you in timeout. I also want to see Rogue Squadron too. That movie looks
Yeah,
like it's gonna be great.
yeah. Rogue Squadron, the new the little Acolyte series. I'm sorry. Uh, the Taika Waititi, whatever he's gonna do, like all of these, just all like I said, all of these people, and we were talking about like how what Mando and all that sort of stuff, what he's gonna build up to. We were like as it was announced, the Rangers of the Republic and the Ahsoka series are going to build to a climactic event with Mandalorian. So that's what I'm really curious about, like how big of it. And we got Luke back, so who else can they bring back? Like sort of characters. Like could we get Han and Leia? Could
I
we
mean,
get
they're proving that nothing is impossible. So yeah, I mean, can you imagine next season, like whenever we see Grogu again, like Leia could be there, Han could be there, um,
yeah?
Chewie,
Oh my gosh, yes, just
um, Lando. I mean,
yeah, just yeah, just
nothing's impossible.
there's yeah. I mean, I it's gonna be. I know like the effects. If they can make it work, I will accept it. But even like then, it's just like we're getting something.
Yeah.
We're getting. Yeah, like it's basically like the Defenders, which is like what like Netflix had these Marvel shows that aren't part of the MCU anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but they were kind of a part of it. But they were more mature shows. They were more darker or
Yeah.
something. So, but yeah, they did. There was like four of them, and they all eventually teamed up like their own. So yeah, something like that is what I'm expecting with Mandalorian
Mm-hmm.
and the other shows.
I'm downvoting the stream. That's what people that get timed out do. And little do they know that downvoting this stream still counts as interaction, which still bumps up my video. So thanks. The Defenders from Netflix level team up maybe.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh man, this is
good stuff
this, this
ahead
is
of us.
crazy.
Yep.
It's just, it's one of those things where I'm trying to like think back to like when I was younger or whenever, and I was just thinking like if I was to explain to my childhood like that one day you were gonna see this, I was just like I don't think I could believe it. I don't think my kid self could believe that.
Yeah, I would never believe it. I would, I like that it, keeps blowing me away. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, but it makes me feel better. Take that. Fine. You do whatever you have to make yourself feel better.
whatever makes you
There.
feel better.
Yeah. Just at the same time. uh. Okay. Well,
Yeah, you know what? You're right there. He says, "Tell your
tell
child
your
yourself."
child self, survive 2020, and you get all the Star Wars. It's true.
Done.
We suffered through 2020, and at the end, we got the surprises of the surprises of a lifetime. Frankie,
Yeah.
can you remember when you first learned Vader was Luke's dad? So,
That's a good question. Did you ever
I
have that memory?
okay, I was kind of gypped of that memory because gypped of that experience because growing up, not that I want to admit that I grew up in the time of VHS tapes, but I did,
I
and
mean, I grew up in the time of VHS tapes. I in fact still have some.
I have my yeah Star Wars ones, and my mom recorded them off of TV, and I guess they just weren't playing The Empire Strikes Back, or maybe they did it very rarely and she couldn't get it. So I had A New Hope, and I had
Jedi.
yeah, Return of the Jedi. So it was like I just kind of grew up knowing that it was his dad. So I never
Mhm.
had the experience of the surprise, you know.
Yeah,
But that's okay. Like I don't feel gypped of that because
yeah,
again, I've seen, I grew up, I've seen so many other things with Star Wars, experiencing so many other things for the first time. So that like wasn't a big deal to me. Um,
yeah. I
but
it's kind of weird because if February kind of does kind of make it, it feels almost bigger than it does, honestly,
mhm.
because after like the whole revelation, it's like it's kind of just this thing you know.
Yeah,
And I again, I think I've told this before, but it's like I grew up with that knowledge, but I didn't quite understand what that knowledge meant when I was growing up with it, sort of a thing. It's like I didn't quite. In fact, it was like it didn't take until the prequels until I like somebody like my parents like explained. It was like, okay, now I get how this whole family is messed up. It's just like I'm about to get how messed up this whole situation is.
um, yeah. I feel like I guess you got to watch it at a certain age in order to really
Yeah,
understand and appreciate it.
yeah.
Um,
I will say that was like one of those things where it's like, oh, I do enjoy seeing grown-ups who've never seen Star Wars before actually get to experience that.
yeah.
It's just like that's something. And like it's a little tiny inkling into what people in the '80s got to experience for the first time.
Hmm. Yeah, I can imagine like that must have been like a major surprise. Nobody knew
That is,
about it
that is,
too. It was just
yeah,
Mark
that is
Hamill.
that is something I do really wish I could. If I could go back in time, I would actually go to that, like go to those movie theaters and be like, all right, people, what did you do? How did you react?
Yeah, right. That was a good question though. Frankie, can you remember
Um,
what you felt when you first watched Canto Bite scenes? That's what he felt. I mean, I thought it looked cool. I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people hated it, but
I don't
I
know.
thought
For
I
me,
thought
it felt like something out of Star Trek. I just did. There was just nothing I recognized there. It
um
didn't feel like it was in the same movie.
I wasn't as phased by it as other people. I thought it looked cool. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, or oh my gosh, I hate it. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is different. You know, um, I was too caught up in everything else going on in that movie.
Yeah.
um,
Um. Yeah. This is
how did nobody know who Luke Skywalker was, especially Cara Dune?
I feel like maybe they knew. They just didn't
Yeah,
say anything.
yeah, because I mean, at that point, everybody had heard of, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, majority maybe, have heard of Luke Skywalker. I mean, taking on Darth Vader, blowing up the Death Star, like, you know,
He
um,
he is this legendary hero,
yeah,
like slash enemy of the Empire,
yeah, um,
and that's just kind of funny. It's like again, it's like that one simple thing was like Mando doesn't. Here's Mando, just this ordinary guy, and here he is meeting these people with so much history and such. It's just like and he has no idea who they
yeah.
are.
Mando lives in his own little bubble. Like, he probably didn't know who Luke Skywalker was. Well, he didn't, because he was like, "Are you a Jedi?" It's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
honey, he is the Jedi.
yeah. I love that. It's just like so, like some people basically were saying like, "Oh man, I didn't get to ask Luke for his autograph." It's just like I missed my chance.
uh,
Uh, yeah, this is good.
yep, good stuff. So, what's your name? He didn't ask, but I agree. I'm surprised he didn't. But
Mm-hmm.
because wouldn't he want to like I know he trusts him because he's a Jedi or whatever. But like, don't you want to know like if something happens? Don't you want to know where he is and where he's going so you can I don't
Yeah,
know. Because you know at some point Grogu's gonna get into trouble and Mando's gonna have to save him.
that isn't. Yeah, it was like
You're right, Daniel. You're right.
okay, yeah,
What's the name?
yeah,
But yeah, this
yeah. This
was
is this
best
is good.
episode. Yep. 10 out of 10. Not an 8.5 out of 10 for me, Daniel. This was a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, this was definitely a very. This is probably. I don't like. I. It's so weird to say this, but it's like I thought the Ahsoka episode was probably the best one of the season. I think this one actually has like topped the
Yeah,
Ahsoka episode.
I didn't think they could top Ahsoka. I really didn't. That's why I think I was so pumped for this episode, but I was like, I don't know. I didn't think they could blow me away the way they did, and they
Yeah,
did. So
yeah.
they beat the Ahsoka episode. Forever Baby Yoda. I don't care what they named him.
He,
Fire
he's
pepperoni.
okay. That one we can keep. We can keep that one. But it's just like he's he ceased to be Baby Yoda and became Master Grogu.
Master Grogu. Jedi
So what
Knight
is said
Grogu.
is so
Go take a nap, MXC. Go take a nap. Have a Snickers bar. I think you're a little hangry. 13 first. Oh, this is your order. 13 first,
yeah.
16 second, 11,
11 and
14
14
tied
tied for
for
third.
third.
Yeah. It is interesting. Like I'm trying to like think back to season one. I will say you know I do feel like this season is better than in some parts. Yes, there are some things about season one I did like, the simplicity of it, but this one I did like just for how much more this
Hmm.
season felt like bigger
I thought this
in a
season
weird. You know?
was way better than the first. I mean, first was great, but this to me is just
Yeah.
way better. Um,
And Gideon's alive. That is an interesting thing. So Gideon's still alive. So we're gonna get some interesting. So he's not dead yet. I'm kind of glad about that.
I mean, I'm glad he's not dead either for the sake of like the story and excitement or whatever. But like, I feel like it was really stupid that they didn't kill him. I mean, I really they did the ethical thing, I guess. But like, someone's gonna break him out of there, or he's gonna
Yeah.
escape. Like, come on now, have they not watched the other seasons of other Star Wars shows? Don't they know they break out at some point? Yeah, Darth MXC. um. So is Baby Yoda's DNA taken from Gideon? What Snoke was made from?
That is interesting. What they
It's a
like as
theory.
Gideon said, like they have his stuff. They're already done. They kind of done with him.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? Or what does that mean? What is that going to be the future?
Yeah. Throne might have Gideon
Um,
assassinated. Another good point.
maybe,
You never know.
or he could have him. He. It, I'm curious to see what they would do with Thrawn. That is what I'm very curious. Like what? Like I was actually shocked he did not show up in this. I thought he would show up at some point in this to make a small cameo, but
There wasn't time for
um,
that. There was too
yeah,
much other stuff going on and too many other, um, I feel like it would have been
yeah,
too many characters. I feel like they had a lot of characters in this. Um, I think that was why they didn't have Boba come back. Um,
yeah. That
I,
was
I
interesting.
think it
He
was just
just
too many
he was
characters for
like
them.
peace.
Yeah. Um, I think that's why they didn't have the third Mandalorian. Again, it would have been way too many characters for them to write and keep
Yeah,
tabs on. Like, um, and two, they have a budget.
yeah.
um,
Plus, I think this is also the outbreak kind of limits the amount of people you can have on
yeah,
working
yeah,
in the spot. So it's like, okay, we can only have so many people here. Let's
yeah.
try and keep it as small as we can.
Mm-hmm. Um, but yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a ship. He's still shipless. He has nothing.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. Like, all right, um,
There's a lot left in the air.
he needs a bigger and better ship. Like, I wonder what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that is yeah. What I loved the old ship, so I'm actually curious what is gonna replace it. Like, what's it gonna look like?
Yeah. And how is he gonna get it? Maybe he'll win it in a card game.
He oh, it's like he wins the Falcon for like a season. takes, he takes it from Han for a season.
You want to know something? I thought. I mean, it probably wasn't, but that scene where in the very beginning where they land, it's where the slave one lands, and then
Yeah.
the other ship lands on that planet or whatever. In the
Mhm.
background, you see and you hear a ship take off, like in the distance. And
Yeah.
I didn't pause it, but like for a second, it looked a little bit like the Millennium Falcon. It probably wasn't it,
Huh.
but it did look like the Falcon, but
I'll have to
it might
check.
not have been.
I'll
Um,
check that. Yeah.
I just thought that would be
Um,
funny.
that would be yeah. That would be interesting.
That ship is in Galaxy Heroes, by the way. Which one? The Razor Crest?
Or I think the Gauntlet, which I think is the Mandalorian
Oh,
fighter
Gauntlet.
ship.
Oh, okay.
Those are cool. I do like those.
It's thanks to Galaxy of Heroes that like I'm actually learning the names of the ships. Like I didn't know Boba Fett's ship name was Slave One until I played
Slave
Galaxy
One, yeah.
Heroes. So it's like actually educating me. Um, he trades the dark saber to Bo-Katan for a ship. She doesn't accept trades. She's gonna have to. They're gonna have to fight for it. What if they put a Firefly in the show somewhere? That would be cool.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Just all like I did get this one comment on my reaction was basically like speculating at this point is just like let's just wait. We've had a good time now. It's like we have very little idea what we're gonna get next. So
Yeah, but it's fun to speculate. That's what I love about Star Wars is that you get to
yeah.
speculate and talk about it and try and guess and figure it out. And then there's the excitement of when if
The
you're right, and
build
then
up.
there's the excitement if you're wrong and they do something better.
Yeah.
But then you got the people who just like got to bitch and moan about it. But
There's always people.
yeah, Yep, that was chapter 16, The Believer.
The rescue. Child.
Baby Grogu. So yeah, that episode was
Gone.
very well done. So.
Yeah, man. It's one of the, some actually I was kind of wondering, it's like, how many people do you think would drop this show without Grogu? Like,
I mean, okay, so I'll tell you, the people who would drop The Mandalorian, the people who would stop watching The Mandalorian are the people who only watch The Mandalorian. Like, there are people who have not seen any other Star Wars movies or shows. They only watch The Mandalorian. And the people who only watch The Mandalorian are the people who only watch it for Grogu. So, if they take him off the show, they are going to lose those people.
But
I feel like it's not going to be a lot of people.
I feel like because of Mandalorian, they probably gained more people now.
Yeah.
People that want to continue this universe, along with the people who are already in this universe, who've been here for years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't expect a big drop. It's like, yeah. It's still, like, again, the show is still great, even without all of these other things.
Yeah. Would you have liked it to be Leia that came for Grogu? I think it would have been cool. I don't think it would have had the same impact, though.
Yeah. That would have been interesting, but I feel like it just, they went with the obvious that made sense. Like, the most sense of the situation, who it would be.
Yeah.
And now that they've done that, I'm excited to see if we can get Ahsoka and this character to meet up.
Yeah. Does his stock would go down too much if they lost Grogu? Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's kind of how you know that they are going to bring him back, because
there's money.
Too much money. Everything is Baby Yoda now. So I don't think they would be. I think it would be different if this had been the series finale and they parted ways. Like, then, like, okay, yeah, you leave it like this. Okay, fine. But if the show is coming back, which it is, then it really doesn't make sense to lose him completely.
Yeah.
I would love to see a show about Luke training the Jedi. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That, honestly, I feel like that could be happening.
Possibility, yeah.
It depends how Rangers and Ahsoka do.
Mm-hmm.
We could get an episode, or we could get a new show, or maybe a new animated series or something related to this era.
Yeah.
This little in-between era that has nothing explained. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Imagine if it was her slicing the Dark Troopers. I would love to see her, fight. But it was cool to see her and Luke training in The Rise of Skywalker in that flashback. To see me, a lot of fans cry tears of joy and sadness in this episode. Yep. Yeah. Because Filoni and Favreau know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think we've talked ourselves out of everything that we can.
I think we have. I think we've covered everything. But yeah, so we have a lot of exciting stuff ahead of us. We're going to be taking, as for us, we're going to be taking next Sunday off, guys. It's the holiday time. It's the holiday time, holiday season. We're taking next Sunday off.
A little bit of a break.
Yeah. I will...
Not sure what else we're going to be doing until WandaVision, at least, but there could be something in between in the coming weeks.
Yeah, we could
do that.
We could. We're creative. We'll figure something out.
We'll come up with something. We'll let you know.
Yeah. I'll still be streaming Monday and Wednesday on Twitch at least. Tuesday, you want to say something?
I was just laughing at what EMXC just said, because I thought that too. Like, that's Luke's training. That's the training he's gonna.
Wait, what did MXC just say? Imagine Luke riding Grogu's back.
Grogu's having to piggyback. Like, this is your training.
You know my.
It's like. Grogu. It's like.
Oh, Jar Jar.
What is this? What is this? I don't know. My master taught it to me. This is how we do things.
Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, so I'll be streaming on Monday and Wednesday on Twitch. I'm also going to be doing my holiday stream on Tuesday on YouTube. So I got to dig out my fireplace from last year and dig out my Star Wars Christmas sweater and get my menorah. It's gonna be fun if you guys want to come. And
Eggnog.
what do you have cooking this week, Inspector?
No idea. I'm actually
Okay,
it's so weird. I'm so free of thing
you're
of I've got
free.
so much freedom right now. It's like I'm probably
Rub it
gonna be
in.
yeah. One
JK.
thing I will say is I might stream some games. That's all I can say
Okay,
is I
all
might
right,
stream
that's
some
cool.
games.
Um,
That I will be working.
all right. Oh, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, and I'll be uploading my reactions to all the recent Star Wars sizzles and Marvel sizzles and trailers and all that stuff on my other
Yeah,
channel
yeah.
soon.
I'll be doing that too.
Agent Carter, I'm gonna do when there's like a bit of a
Room.
break with stuff because that
Yeah,
goes on for a couple seasons, right?
it's like two seasons and they're like 10 and 8 episodes. So
Yeah, so
and
I'd
they're like
rather
40
wait
minutes. So
until
they're a long.
yeah, I'll wait
I don't
until
know.
there's a break.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do like episode discussions of them or you want to just do like a seasonal discussion of them or something like that. Because
I guess we'll see if we kind of have a long break, kind of like how we did this summer. You know, we had a long
yeah,
break, so we just did Marvel every week. If there's
yeah,
like a long break, then like we could do it episode by episode or like maybe 2 or 3 episodes at a time and talk about it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you know.
There is another show I would like to, if we ever have time, I would like to introduce you to, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's one that Dave Filoni worked on, so
Oh, what is it called?
you might like it. Avatar.
Oh, Avatar. Oh, we
Last
talked
Airbender.
about that. We talked about that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet. So yeah, we could do that too.
yeah,
I'm
it's
down for that.
yeah. We could
Um,
probably like do a couple episodes each week or something like that. So yeah, if there's time, we'll see.
okay.
That's one of the things. Like now we're kind of like timing. We'll have to see what time we have because of what's coming up. So
We're gonna be busy, busy. Happy Life Day. Is today Life Day?
getting close. Happy Life Week.
Happy
Happy
Life Week.
Life Hanukkah.
Is Life Day technically like the same day as Christmas? Is that?
I don't
For
know,
some
but
reason,
I
I thought they
feel
had it
like
on a
it's
different day.
supposed to be. Like it's associated with that.
I know it's associated with. For some reason, I thought it was on a different day, but I could totally be wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll see.
well, all right, guys. Well, have a great rest of the evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and chatting with us as always. We appreciate your company and your thoughts and discussing all these things with you. And we appreciate going on this awesome Star Wars journey with all of you.
Yeah.
It's an awesome ride, and we got a lot of stuff, a lot of exciting stuff ahead of us. So, we hope everybody has a wonderful week. If you celebrate, have a Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if Hanukkah is
Have a
still
happy
going
holiday,
on.
all
If
of
it
you.
is, Happy Hanukkah, and we'll see you all before the new year. So, and bonus energy on Galaxy Heroes is very important. I'll get that. All right. Have a great rest of the night, everybody, and we will see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.